So let me tell you something. There are two brands of cars that you should never ask for advice from more than two people if you want to buy them. That is one, the Nissan and the BMW. Their reviews will really not make you to put your money on them. And I really hate Kenyans for this. I'm a Kenyan, but I really feel we are so unfair to particular car brands. People will just tell you, ask somebody, hey, I want to buy a Nissan. Atakwambia, usinunue Nissan. And you're like, there are people in Kenya who have been driving Nissan even for 5 years, 10 years. They are getting value for money. Why should I not buy a Nissan? Ati hizo gari usumbua. Another person, oh, usinunue BMW. Okay, BMW ni flatbed. I just want to tell you something. If you're watching this video, we are not here to talk about which car should you not buy, which one should you buy. We are here to talk about a car that we've interacted with, a car that has really surprised us. And we are talking about a specific model of Nissan. It is the Nissan Xtrail 332 that we've imported for our clients. This specific one is a 2016. As you can see, namba ni mpya eh? Ukienda nayo kwa village wewe ndio unaitwa mheshimiwa. Logo yetu iko hapo. So if you want to import a car maybe from Japan, remember you can only import from 2016. Then tutakufanyia ile bei ya asla pia, na sisi pia tubaki na kitu kidogo bwana ya kulipa rent ama namna gani? Now, the exterior design of the Nissan Xtrail T32 is amazing. I can tell you, like, it's not really bad looking as compared to the T30, the other generation. The other one was a bit boxy in shape, it was not really good looking, and that one has an impact on aerodynamics. With this one coming with the 17 to 19 inches alloy wheels, you get a lot of specs. Like on the side profile, we have the chrome trim which has been slapped there. Also, you get like roof rail on this particular. Something I've noted about the Nissan as a manufacturer is that it's so generous with specs and features. Even in an entry-level car, they put so much that you cannot get on maybe intermediate trim levels in other manufacturer. The back looks like that. When you come to the front, you get those alloy wheels, fog lights, DRLs, and hapo chini below your number plate kuna those emergency braking system sensors. So this car is loaded, like it has the 360 degrees parking sensors that can really help you to actually navigate and brake accordingly according to the environment that you're driving in. So the Nissan Xtrail is actually designed not to be used on the urban setup only. You can see it has a very good ground clearance of about 7.9 to 8.3 inches. That one means you can drive it on rough terrains and maybe just in urban setup, kuna bumps, nini utapita tu. So you see those two sensors which are there, they are able to actually help you have the emergency braking system. This particular one has a very nice grille, but let's talk about the boot capacity of the Nissan Xtrail. You know, this Nissan Xtrail competes with the likes of maybe Mazda CX-5, talk about Honda CR-V and the rest. Where Nissan Xtrail excels is the boot capacity. This particular one comes with 565 liters because it's a 5-seater, but there's a challenge with the 7-seater. Now, if you compare the boot capacity of the Xtrail against competitors, I think it is only maybe Toyota RAV4 that has a bigger boot space. Actually, it is Toyota RAV4 because Toyota RAV4 has about 580 liters of boot space. We are talking about before folding the back seat. Honda CR-V has about 522 liters of boot space. Mazda CX-5, 506. Then we have Subaru Forester with 505. The Xtrail really drives nicely. I drove this car for some time in the forest. Tulikuwa tuna nyani sisi peke yetu. Nyani ndo alikuwa ameshika kamera. So hapo nilienda huko juu, but the car really feels good. It has like the eco mode. When you're driving, you can be able to regulate the throttle response to actually minimize the consumption of fuel. So when you drive the Nissan Xtrail, you realize that it is very smooth when you're driving it because this car is mated to a CVT. And there is one point whereby people are saying, oh, you know, this is a CVT car, so we are not going to buy Nissan Xtrail because this is ukufa sana. The one advantage of using CVT is actually the fuel efficiency. It comes with a good fuel efficiency. This car can do at least 15 km per liter. This is an hybrid. So if you take a hybrid one, you can be so sure you can get at least 20 km per liter. So if you can ask me, where you can get your value for money in the Nissan Xtrail is the interior. It is the build quality inside this car that really surprised me, by the way. The legroom is massive. If you sit here, you realize that Nissan really invested in the driver's comfort, and people who are in this car are going to enjoy. I didn't really expect that this particular car would come with this quality of materials in the interior, the practicality in the center console, the storage, the steering is well staged and stuff like that. You get eco mode, the I-beam assist is there depending on the trim level that you're going to get. But let's honestly talk about how the headroom is really practical here. For the tall people who are going to really do long distance, you have nothing to worry about. Nissan Xtrail has you covered. The roof line is just above your head, and those even back seats are very practical. I think that is one area that we really need to give it to Nissan. They've really done so much work in the interior, and it is so practical. You can take it from my voice. If there's one crossover or mid-size SUV rather that you should really think about, if you want to transport your goods, if you want to carry tall people, if you want a clear gauges, it is the Nissan Xtrail. I noticed how powerful the climatic control system of the Nissan Xtrail is. Yani unafungua AC kidogo hivi ishakuwa baridi. This is the most powerful AC system I've ever interacted with in this category of SUVs, actually the mid-size SUVs. Yes, mtu alikuwa anatumia hii gari alikuwa kijana hodari sana. Aliweka LED lights hapo, ukiwasha kidogo ina illuminate hapo kwa floor. Na since the car didn't come with what we call the steering control for multimedia, it came with this independent remote control that you can actually use to select and play music or change the input mode on the screen. Actually, what I didn't like though is the screen on the Nissan Xtrail. Actually, the infotainment system is not that pleasing compared to that one of maybe Mazda CX-5. I think Nissan did not do so much on the infotainment system. But who cares? Everybody has a taste and preference. Sisi tunataka venye gari ina drive na comfort. So comfort is here, very nice, ambience lighting, practicality in the interior. Then unaona hapo katikati kuna hizi vitu tunaita, we call them seat heaters, like if you are coming from places like Nakuru. Unajua huku Kenya kuna winter kweli, utasikia mtu anasema ati we are in winter, utanyongwa. Kenya kuna winter bwana. But I think this one will be so practical. They warm your seats in a cold weather. So if you are from Limuru, I think the coldest place in Kenya ni wapi? Timboro ama wapi? I'm not so sure. Let me know in the comment section. So you can also realize that the car is as intelligent all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive and the two-wheel drive system that comes with the Nissan Xtrail. And apart from this, I think Outlander is the car that comes close to this car. Practicality on the back seats, the second row seats, is just insane bana. Yani unakaa hapa, you're very comfortable, feels very spacious, practical, and you can just convert that middle seat into something else, maybe armrest, and you can have your 2 bottles stored there. I can still talk about how storage is really massive and practical inside here. Within this box here, you find like power outlet is there, and then it is too deep, yani ni kubwa sana. I didn't really know that this massive practicality in the interior of Xtrail. So if you're planning to own this car, I think this is something you need to understand, that this car is not only powerful on the road, because that it is actually 2.0 liter, that is 2000 cc. I drove this car and it puts about 170 horsepower. That is sent to the wheels via the CVT transmission. It uses the Xtronic CVT. So guys, what are you waiting for? I think don't really depend on the rumors on the internet. You can trust us with the responsibility of importing for your car. And if you decided today that you're going to buy Nissan Xtrail, something you can look at is just the CVT. And we know tunachagua zile gari nzuri that will give you value for money. But if you want to seek for opinions of people before doing anything, not even kwa magari tu, sometimes you may find yourself being dragged behind. So I'm not saying you should not be keen, but please put your money where your heart is. Have you liked the video? Because that's the only way you can support the channel, by liking the video. I want to see you in the next episode, and let me know in the comment section what have you not touched, what do you want to know, and which videos should we post more on this particular YouTube channel. Thank you guys, and have a nice one. See you in the next video.